everyone, it's Amanda here with your December 2017 RuneScopes. Just a quick reminder, your 2018 Career and Finance RuneScopes are now available for purchase over on my Vimeo On Demand channel. The link is below for those of you that are interested in getting a preview of 2018 regarding, work, career, finance, studies, money, all of that good stuff. The link's below, just click or tap show more, or the little arrow beneath the video to open the details section. You'll find that link and everything else I talk about, all the other details regarding my channel. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. I do encourage you to click the subscribe button if you haven't done so already, because that will ensure that you are notified whenever I upload new content. And you don't want to miss the end of the month, because I will be posting the yearly overview readings here on YouTube for 2018. So for every sign, you definitely don't want to miss that. So click subscribe if you haven't already done so. This month, in conjunction with the runes, I will be using the Medieval Scapini Tarot by Luigi Scapini. And then for your spiritual guidance reading for December, the link also below. It is different from the Career and Finance. Those are going into the 2018 channel, and these are finishing out the 2017 channel, but this is part 2 of your reading. I'll be pulling one card from Madame Endora's Fortune Cards, and this features artwork by Filipak. So that link again is below for those of you that want to check that out and get some additional wisdom and spiritual guidance about how to handle the energies of December. All that being said, let's jump in and see what the last month of the year holds for you. Hey there, Scorpio. I am digging into the rune bag, and we're gonna see which runes want to speak to Scorpios about December 2017. Let's see what you're doing. What energies are gonna be around affecting my Scorpios? December 2017. There it is. Now, as always, Scorpios, keep in mind, these are general readings, so not all of these messages will be specifically about you. I will also be connecting to the other Scorpios that are watching, so some of these messages will be for them. If you would like a reading that's far more specific, you can always hit me up for a private reading. I do those on Skype. They're $70. Now's a fantastic time to do that if you want to beat the rush, because I normally book up really early for January and February. So if you want to beat the rush, book with me in December. We'll take a look at what the whole year of 2018 is going to hold for you personally. But you can also check out the video for your rising sign to get additional messages from these general monthly energies. Challenge your focus. That's where we're going to start here. Let's see what we got here. Well, the tarot card you have here is the Four of Wands in reverse. So let's see here. For many of you, this has to do with financial stability. Like that your challenge in December is maybe, oh, crap, I spent, I got everybody their Christmas gifts, but now I have to pay the house payment. There may be some sort of disruption around the home, around, there could be something that breaks that's going to cost you money, or for some of you, it could just be like the normal challenge of this time of year. Like you're spending a lot of money. Maybe you got to get the house ready for people to come visit, or, you're going to have to pay for travel as well. It's just the expenses of the season. But with haggle here, this sometimes indicates an unexpected argument over money, or an unexpected disruption or argument in the family, or an unexpected expense that comes up around the home, and it's like, oh God, I have to get this fixed. But I mean, this is a minor arcana card, and it's still not that bad in the reverse. It just kind of indicates, this could also just indicate, stability is coming, or you're going to have the money to fix this, but there may be a bit of a delay around it. Mercury is retrograde in December, so we do have that to contend with. Yay. What a great time of year. It goes retrograde around this time every year, but sometimes we get it over with in November, which is always better, but So just be aware of that. It will go direct in time for the actual holidays, but you know, we'll still be dealing with that shadow period for a little bit. Still, you know, try not to wear yourself out. I feel like some of you are wanting to hear back or waiting to hear back regarding a job, you know, and it may be, or waiting to hear back from a client, because this could be talking about like you're waiting for a payment from a client or to do with a home business. And that could be how the Four of Wands is working out for some of you. It's like, you know, there's a delay on your payout. So you may need to, you know, send a couple of extra messages. And if you're watching this on the November side, I would definitely get on that as soon as possible so that you can get that squared away. If you're depending on the money for to pay for travel or to pay your mortgage or to, you know, to help pay for gifts for the holidays. You know, some of you, and this may be very specific, some of you may be interviewing for a new position and you're getting an offer, like they want you, but it could maybe be like, but we need you to work on Christmas, or we need you to start immediately, or we need you to get, you know, it may kind of, you may not get much of a holiday break, and that may be unexpected. So, and your family may not be thrilled about it, especially extended family, you know, or you may have to go late or travel at a different time than your partner or your husband, your wife, and your kids because you've got to work. So, I mean, it's a really good offer and I think you'll be excited about it, but yeah, it may just be like, oh, I have to cut my holiday short or change the amount of days I'm going to be off, or I'm gonna have to come late. I gotta deal with this client so that I can get the money that we need to pay the house payment here. In the present energy here, Scorpio, we've got Temperance in reverse. So this is, in the upright, this is normally all about, you know, patience and things taking their time. In the reverse, it indicates, and especially with this rune here, things are happening very quickly now. So in the present, end of November into December, or, you know, in the present, whenever you're watching this, it's like things are coming at you faster than you can handle it. And it's kind of like, oh my God, all those months where maybe you've gotten Temperance in the upright, because I feel like you get that card a lot, Scorpio. It's coming, just be patient, especially this last year. And now it's like, oh my God, now I got what I wished for. Everything is happening all at once and I've got to, you know, not lose my mind. It's good things. It has to do with money and job and all that stuff. But it is the time of year where it's like most people are, you know, I got to focus on family and home now. I got to be with the family and get my place ready for the holidays, buy all these gifts. It just could be a little overwhelming to deal with that, especially if you're starting a new job or there's a big new client, new project coming in. You're going to have to do some work on it in December, or maybe a significant amount of work here, Scorpio, in order to get that paycheck, right? Because that's the ultimate reason that you would cut your trip short, or, you know, it's like we got to have this money to pay the mortgage or to pay down these credit card bills, right? After the holidays. So, it's good things, but yeah, it's just, there's a lot of stuff going on around the house. And there may be some things you have to put off, or you may just be like, oh, well, I'm not going to do that this year. Or I'm not going to put up that many decorations this year. I just don't have time. I don't have time to do it. There may be fewer lights on the on your house or on the Christmas tree this year, and that's okay. Who cares? You can make up for it next year. The help that's going to be available is the Ten of Wands. So it's like, okay, I didn't have any work. I was bored. I was sitting there waiting on, you know, or I kept applying for jobs. Those of you that have been looking for new work and nothing was coming back, and now you're getting like, everybody's getting back to you. Maybe even people you didn't apply for with, they're like hitting you up and saying, hey. So it's like there was no work and now I've got so much work, I don't know what to do. And I really just want to take some time off for the holidays, but it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to do that. So, you're going to have a lot on your plate. You're going to feel a little bit overwhelmed, but you're going to get it all done, Scorpio. And whatever can wait, you just put it off. you know? Maybe you have a plan for this day I was gonna do this, or I was gonna get that ready, or do that. And now suddenly it's just like, okay, things are moving forward very quickly and I am just gonna have to do this. For some of you, you could be moving. It could be that, oh man, I gotta put an offer in on this house and this is a terrible time to move, but gotta do it. If I want this property, we gotta do it. So some of you may have a lease that's up at the end of December or maybe at the end of November, and it's like, you know, on top of the holidays, you have to move in December, but it may be like, oh my God, we gotta move and then we gotta, you know, go home for the holidays or whatever. So all in 1 month, but you're gonna get it done. Again, it's your mind going that's gonna kind of get you feeling over anxious or have anxiety, but just take it 1 minute, 1 day at a time. Anything that you can't get done that day, well, you'll get it done the next day, you know? You're gonna get a lot accomplished though. I mean, I'm just seeing you like a tornado around my Scorpios. It's just like, what's that card? The Tasmanian Devil. That's what you are. Or the Roadrunner or something. I mean, you're just like, you know, people blink and they miss you running past to do your next task. But it's all good stuff. It's just like, oh my God, couldn't it have been spread out a little bit? What must be accepted? We've got the Eight of Swords in reverse. So we like seeing this card in reverse. This card's about, in the reverse, finally being released from this prison. Finally, these new beginnings are coming through, especially financially. Either through, like, you know, using your finances to purchase a new home, or, you know, for some of you, maybe you've been looking and looking and looking for a house, or looking and looking and looking for a new apartment or condo, and you weren't finding anything and weren't finding anything. And finally in December, it's like, oh crap, here we go. This one feels right. I got to have this place. You know, and now it's all kind of coming to pass. Again, with the Mercury retrograde, if you can kind of put off signing any contracts, I think it goes retrograde December 3rd and then turns direct right before Christmas. Double check with your favorite astrologer or your horoscope for the month to check those dates and make sure, because we do have shadow periods on either side of that. But I mean, if you can at least sign it before Mercury goes retrograde or after it's direct, it's going to be better. But you got to do what you got to do. Just read that fine print. Make sure you got somebody to look at any contracts. Make sure that you ask questions, double check, and make sure. Cancer kind of got a similar message coming up in their cards and runes that, you know, if there's been a verbal agreement about a contract regarding anything, whether it's a mortgage or a home, you're closing on a home or a car or whatever it is, just make sure the salary and all the terms and everything is what you discussed previously in a verbal agreement. And if not, just make sure you read the fine print, make sure that this works for you. But yeah, the Eight of Swords in reverse is being finally feeling freed from confinement in some way, and being liberated. And this would make sense, especially with the money stuff here, Scorpio, because you have had Saturn, I believe, in your second house of income for almost 3 years. And December 23rd, I think, he moves into Capricorn in your third house. So that would explain, okay, fine. It is kind of like the floodgates are opened up when it comes to money. I mean, you may have found it very, very difficult to make any headway when it comes to your money. And even if you were making good money, you would have just had more expenses or more things breaking, big things around the home, or, you know, it could have all broken down at once and having to replace everything, or you know, you may have tried to get promotions or looked for better paying jobs, and it just may have been like, you know, rolling a huge stone up a hill or something. You weren't getting anywhere, right? That was Saturn. That's the energy of Saturn. It's like you were trying to push Saturn up a hill, you know, or trying to go around him, and you just can't do it. But, you know, this has taught you to be resourceful, I betcha, if you look back on it. And you may need a little bit of time. It may have just been frustrating and may still be right now. But maybe by this time next year, if you look back and you're like, yeah, man, wow. I made a lot less money than usual then, or there were just so many things that went wrong. But, you know, what I learned is how to be resourceful, and that, you know, if I have faith, the money will come from somewhere, right? Or I'll make it work. But yeah, no rush. No rush to look at the blessings of Saturn, Scorpio. It may be about a year before you can even think about, you know, if it's been difficult for you. But yeah, this is like, once Saturn is out of the way, he starts leaving his gifts. And I think you're going to find he's already starting to do that, maybe even before we get into December for some of you. Because it is kind of like the floodgates open. And everybody you have contacted for a job within the last, I don't know, year is suddenly like, oh, hey, that position was filled, but do you want this one? Or yes, we want to talk to you about this. Or, you know, and it's like you've got so many messages you can't type fast enough. So some of you may be starting new jobs. We were talking about that. That may be the challenge. They may want you to do something and you may feel like, oh my God, I can't really turn this down. But you may, you know, people expect that you're going to be off for the holidays. So you may go ahead and say, yeah, you know, I will be available up until the last week of the month, but then, or the last few days. I got to, you know, between Christmas and New Year's, I've got stuff going on. Can we work around that? You know, but yeah, see what you can negotiate here, because it seems like you'll finally be able to negotiate a salary that is, you know, what you've been looking for. And this would also be a job with more responsibility. You know, for some of you that it may be kind of like, you may be a little concerned about that. Maybe it involves, you know, things you've never done before, or stuff that you know is a lot of work, but I mean, it's going to be fine. Again, that's coming up as a help to you. The Ten of Wands is coming up as a help to you. So you're at the end of a cycle here and starting a new one. And a lot of responsibility comes with it, but so does the payoff. The payoff looks really good too. But yeah, you're being liberated by a new beginning, a new job, a new opportunity. And, you know, you needed this because need is here. The rune need. It's actually spelled N-I-E-D, but when I see it, I think of need. There's a need that needs to be fulfilled here. There's something that has been lacking. And that is, for many of you, money, or enough money, or, you know, just extra money. There's been some kind of cap on that. And in December, finally, like we talked about, it's like somebody's finally popping that champagne. You guys need to celebrate for New Year's Eve for sure. Definitely, even if it's just you and your partner, or even you by yourself, you pop open a bottle of champagne. I think you're gonna have a reason to celebrate, you know, because you're gonna have cause to celebrate here at the end of the year. You're just gonna really feel celebratory and excited about what's going on. Some of you, this job could require travel or also relocation. So that could be why some, you know, maybe that's why some of you are like, okay, yeah, I don't have to start the job, but I got to relocate in January, or I got to start looking for a place to live and figure out what I'm going to do. But so, I mean, that may be another reason that you've got a lot of irons in the fire here. You're relocating for a job, or will be. Or the job requires travel, and you may be a little bit, well, I've never done that before. I don't know, you know, can I do this, or will it drive me crazy? So you're thinking about all of these things, but it's good problems to have. When the Ten of Wands comes up as a help, it can be a burden, usually when it's in the reverse, but, as a help to you, and with these runes around it, it is kind of just like, you know, these are good problems to have. Like, you know, it's an awesome job, but it comes with a lot of responsibility. And, but you're ready for that, because it comes back. That comes with more money too. You end the month with 4 of coins, and that is financial stability, right? You are able to feel confident, finally. And you may not have all the money in hand. You may not, you know, be there yet, but you've got the job. You're going for it. There's something that you're doing that it's going to be like, oh, my money problems are over. But yeah, you're ready to kind of start replacing maybe the big spending you've had to do while Saturn was in your income house. You're ready to kind of start getting that foundation back together, because maybe it's fallen apart. You got 2 4s bookending your reading here. And this one, the 4 of Rods in reverse can mean instability, right? There's some things you've had to put off, or, you know, you may have always not known where the money's going to come from. But you're ending December and the year feeling stability, or feeling like, oh, finally I can breathe a sigh of relief. I don't have to worry about this anymore. You know, it's finally going to have regular income coming in, something dependable. So those of you that work from home, if you have a home business, this could just be a client that's going to offer you regular income. Like they're like, we want you to, you know, work for us full time, or we've got a lot of work for you. It could go on indefinitely, or they may even just say, you know, we want you to work for us forever. Here's your contract. It'll be renegotiated, you know. Some of you could be getting in a contract that goes for 4 years, or starting a job that you will be at for at least 4 years. So again, you're entering a new age. Jupiter also moved into Scorpio in November, I believe. So if you weren't feeling those effects immediately, Jupiter's a big planet. It takes it a while to kind of settle in, make itself at home where it's going to be for the next year. But I think by the end of the year, you're going to be like, okay, there it is. I was wondering where. It's just going to take the combination, I feel like, for most of you, of getting Saturn out of the way. And Saturn does leave a gift before it leaves. So you may be seeing that as early as end of November, early December. But definitely by the end of the year, Scorpios, you're going to be feeling like, especially financially, things are getting back where you need them to be. So you don't have to be concerned about, you know, money and income and paying things and as much. You're going to have a steady income, and a good income, an income that you feel you deserved, along with a title and status that is higher than what you've had before. So you're either maybe moving up your job title status within the same company, or this is a job that you are moving up in status with a new job, or it's a company with like a big name. And that's come up for you before as well, some of you. Yeah, this is like a big, like, known in your industry. Like, it's a status. It's a big status thing to just work for this company. So very, very cool, Scorpio. I'm glad to see that for you, because, you know, it has not been an easy year for all the water signs, really. You guys have had to deal with some challenges, particularly when it comes to income. So it must have been hitting all of you in your income houses here. But it looks like you're finishing out the year a lot more optimistic, and with good reason to be so. But join me over on Vimeo now. I am going to shuffle Madame Endora's fortune cards. I want to see if we can get more guidance and advice for you for how to handle all this going on. You know, maybe they will have some wisdom for us on how you can kind of break all this stuff you have going on off into smaller chunks and deal with them. So I will see you over there. The link again is below. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you back here next time.